where are you currently? It's an
Um,
evening in New York. You've just got done doing whatever you were doing for the day, and you're just kind of hanging out. Where are you?
I guess I'm walking back to my little shack
Okay.
under the street lights, stepping over crackheads. I don't know. Stepping over the more homeless.
Right, that's right. You said you lived in like an abandoned kind of place.
Yeah.
All right.
Think of it as a crack den that hasn't been populated yet, except by me.
All right. So, as you're walking back to the place that you stay each night, you're traveling a path that the average man wouldn't dare. You are intentionally walking through the alleyways with with the homeless people because in your case you know most of them. Um,
Yes.
you know that you are in no danger around these people, as some of them you would even consider friends. Um,
Yes.
and one of them, a homeless man sitting by a barrel with a fire inside, notices you walking past, and he sits up, and he's like, "Sean, I've got something for you." And he will he'll rifle through his pockets a little bit, and then pull out a small kind of crumpled up, folded piece of paper, and he'll give it to you.
What's
He,
this?
it's got your name on it, but I don't know who it's from. I just found it, but I figured I'd hold on to it and give it to you.
Just found it on the ground.
Uh, yeah,
I look at it. Does it have my full name on it or just Sean?
it's got your full name on it.
I see. Is it dirty? Is it like in a white envelope, like classic envelope?
It's simply a folded piece of paper that it's quite small. It's not like a full-sized piece of paper. It's pretty small, folded, and has since
Yeah.
appears to has since been crumbled the uh, by the man who just handed it to you, but it wasn't
Okay.
intentional.
I unfold it and I look at it.
Okay.
What doth I see?
Uh, Opening it, you read a message that simply says, "Sean, I've got a job for you, and it's out of town. Jump on the train headed west to Idaho and get off at the last stop. I'll give you more info when you arrive."
Is this? Do I normally receive like missions via letters?
Well, out of suspicion of being tracked via like a text message being like traced or whatever, it's not uncommon.
Okay. Um, like, huh? Idaho. I don't know. They did trains all the way to Idaho.
The homeless guy who gave it to you is like, you might have to do uh, a bit of train hopping, but I've gone cross country on trains. It's pretty easy. You've just got to make sure that none of the security guards spot you when you jump in the fences if you don't have the money to pay for a ticket. But other than that,
Hey man,
it's cheap and it's direct, you know?
that's true enough. All right. I guess I'll get on that tomorrow. All right. This is a bit suspicious. Maybe I should check in with old Tony Baloney. See if this is legit. I don't want to get pranked by some kid.
You head back to your little fucking hovel or whatever, and
My wee hovel.
yeah, and you spend the night. It's cold, but you know it is what it is. You're used to it by this point. And then morning comes, and
Yeah.
you're awoken by the copious amounts of sunlight because there's not really many walls to keep it out.
Yeah.
So you kind of wake up at Sparrow's Fart every day.
Very nice.
But yeah, so it's morning. You've like worked for different people across the city, but you know where like your usual boss kind of hangs out, so you know where to go to.
I'm just hitting up Tony Baloney. He's my contact.
You're hitting up Tony Baloney. Okay.
I give him a call and be like, yeah, usual place.
Yeah.
And like, damn, that's $1 worth of credit gone.
Eventually, Mr. Baloney will he'll rock out, meet you at the fucking.
We're meeting him at Granny Pastrami's restaurant.
Okay.
Homemade Italian cuisine.
You meet him at Granny
Ignore the
Pastrami's
rats.
fucking pasta,
Yeah.
pizza pasta,
Yeah.
Allah.
Yeah.
And he sits down and he's like, "Hey,
Hey, Dodie.
hey, Sean, how you been?"
Hey, dude. Dodie. I got this note. I was wondering if it was legit. I don't want to go all the way to Idaho for some kid's prank.
Idaho, goddamn. And he'll,
Yeah, they're sending me to Idaho.
he'll take a look at the note and he's like, "Looks legit, man. You know, a lot of jobs come through me. I don't quite keep track of all of them, but this one, it looks legit."
Like, is it like the handwriting or is it like a stamp? Is it like signed?
No signature, which is odd, I might add. No signature, but
No signature. That's his signature.
that's his signature. That's classic Tommy.
We got Tony and Tommy.
That's my brother.
That's a classic Lenny lasagna move.
That's a classic Lenny lasagna move. He doesn't sign his shit. It's because he's Lenny's
scared of the government tracing him.
Look, don't tell nobody I told you this, but Lenny's got schizophrenia, and he's not medicated, all right? And he thinks a lot of people are like out to get him, all right? So if he puts his name on any piece of paper, they'll track him down with a name alone. He's a psychopath. Don't get me wrong. I love him. He's family. He's family, but
he's family.
He's family, but he's fucked in the head. But
he's fucked.
This looks like this might be one of his jobs. So yeah, it looks legit to me, man.
Classic Lenny lasagna.
Classic Lenny. Do you want another beer before you go?
Nah, I'm trying to cut weight.
All right. Did you need any money for the trains? Do you need any money?
Yes.
Yes?
Lots
of money.
Lots.
Here's a crisp $20 bill. And if you don't pay me back, I will stab you.
Are you gonna come all the way to Idaho to stab me?
If somebody in Idaho doesn't stab you first.
I heard Idaho's pretty good this time of the year.
It's there's like 4 people total.
Yeah.
It's cold up there, man. Jesus Christ.
I'm just so curious about this fucking job.
Me too, man. If it was I'd fucking take it. That looked like...
I mean, Idaho, there's gotta be a payout distance alone.
It's like a holiday. It's beautiful out there at this time of year, man.
Yeah, mountains.
Mountains, the forests, the rivers, the waterfalls.
What month is it? What month is it?
It's like a holiday.
What month is it?
It's April.
It's April, so it's like it's coming out of winter.
It's still cold, but yeah, it's coming out of winter. Into spring.
It's spring.
Yeah.
All right. It's beautiful this time of year.
Beautiful this time of year, I'm telling you. It's like a holiday. I wish I could go, man, but I don't have.
Hey, you know any train lines all the way up to Idaho?
Nah.
One jump, one go.
Nah, but I can give you the most direct. I know.
Gabagoo.
I know a guy who knows a guy, you know? Alright, check this out. And he pulls out like a fucking map of the United States. This is a map that I show all the unfortunate folk that don't, own a car or something. And
you throwing shade?
No, I'm not.
Is that what you doing? You throwing shade right now?
I would never throw shade at you, Sean. You know me.
Yeah.
You know me.
Hey. They're showing salami for you.
So he's got this big map of the United States, and he's like, for big jobs like this, I help my clients out. I'm a nice guy, you get it? I'm a nice guy.
I get it.
I help my clients.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. check this out, and he kind of like gets a marker out and starts kind of circling train stations and then drawing lines in between cities, and he's like, you're gonna have to jump a couple trains, but this is the most direct route, and it's a good one. It's safe. You're not gonna get shanked by someone on the train. You'll be fine.
Oh, it's a good. Oh, let me take a picture with my disposable camera. Oh, fuck! I left that at home.
That
Oh,
just take the map. I've got like 40 in the back.
Oh, Tony. God bless you, Tony.
God
I
bless.
take the map and I shove it in my back pocket.
All right.
I don't even fold it.
And so I guess with that, you head off to the train station or like the bus stop or wherever you're going.
I'll head to wherever I need to go.
Or if you wanted to like do a little bit of shopping with that crisp 20 before you left.
Oh, crisp 20.
Yeah.
Well, I'm heading to Idaho. I don't think my water bottle's big enough to make the trip, and I don't think I'm gonna get to refuel. You know?
Yeah. So you're just
So
gonna
I'm gonna
buy
grab-
a shitload of snacks and shit.
No, I'm gonna buy another water bottle,
All right.
big one. I'm gonna fill it up at whatever fucking, I don't know, water fountain is around.
All right. You got like a big fucking 3-liter bottle of water.
And I'm also gonna grab a jar of peanut butter, cheap peanut butter.
Hell yeah. Like
And a
$2.
big, yeah, jar of peanut butter, and then I'll grab a big, just like a normal thing of bread, just sliced bread.
Yep.
That'll be my sustenance.
Little
No,
bag
not peanut butter. That's too American. I'll go for hummus.
hummus. Yeah. What about a little bag
Cheap
of
hummus.
little bag of jerky?
Nah, jerky's expensive.
Little $5 bag of jerky.
That's far too expensive.
Fair enough.
Hummus.
Hummus. All right.
Bread. That should last me plenty. You know how fucking you could live off hummus. I'm just saying, like it's got so much good shit in it.
Hell yeah.
Hummus. Good. Alright. So I'm down like what? $7?
Yeah.
$7, $5, $6?
Like $5.
Alright. I'm down to 115.
Yeah.
I'm starting to sweat. I don't think I need to buy any winter clothes. I need to roll a homeless man for his thick coat, do I?
No, you've probably already got one.
True. Yeah, they're like on the same sort of, I want to say elevation, northness
Yeah.
as Idaho. It's New York. I'm prepared for the cold.
Like yeah, it snows in New York. How many?
Oh wait, before I leave, Tony Baloney.
Yep.
Behind. I'm gonna ask him if he knows where I can get a real cheap firearm, something cheap and easy, like I don't know, revolver or something.
Oh yeah.
Because I need to be strapped for a mission.
I know a guy in Nebraska. He sells
Nebraska.
firearms for dirt cheap. I think he fishes them out of one of the local lakes. They're probably all guns that were used in like crimes like 60, 70 years ago. But you know, who cares?
How the fuck do you know a guy in Nebraska?
I've been around, dude. I've been around.
Call him Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, we were friends we knew back in high school, and, you know, he's a bit of a gun nut, you know?
Yeah.
He, like,
Alright.
field strips his own guns and puts them all back together in his own fucking wild assortment. So every gun's got, like, 6 different guns parts in it. It's untraceable. Untraceable.
They call him Frankenstein.
They call him Frankenstein. You know what they call his guns? The head scratchers, because it'll leave the cops scratching their head like, where the fuck's this thing from? Which serial number is correct? There's 6 of them. In fact, when he's done putting the guns together, he stamps it with more fake serial numbers just to fuck with them even harder.
Just fucking covers them in like logos and serial numbers.
Yeah, it's like a NASCAR vehicle just covered in advertisements.
It's fucking goofy.
So, you set off.
Yeah.
Dude.
We setting off and shit.
Yeah, we setting off. You hop on the train. Do you pay the train fare or do you skip it?
Fucking no.
Alright. If I could.
Do I gotta make like a sleight of hand check or something?
Yeah, let me double check which stat would work best for this. Probably a stealth check.
Stealth check. I can do stealth.
All right.
So what's that? 2d10s.
Yes.
Is that how we're doing this? Oh shit.
Easy check. You just have to meet your stat. It's not hard to fucking get past.
So I just have to meet my number, like
either
number or above, or number or below.
number or below.
All right. Wow. I got an 80.
And what's your stealth skill?
65.
Oh. Damn, okay.
It's not possible for it to be over 75.
This time, at this particular station, you do get caught, and you have to pay the fare, and that's like another $5.
Alright. What if I try and sweet talk him into it?
You sweet talk him? Okay. Make a charm check. Or
Alright.
charm or fast talk.
Alright, what's better? Fast talk. Alright. That's 61 to 65. Let's go.
Nice.
I pass.
Alright.
Like, look, dude, I'm really down on my money. I really need to get to the next station, alright? It's, can't you give a guy a break?
He's like, alright, I'll cut you this slack this once, but don't let me catch you doing it again.
Why are you Italian American?
It's New York, we're all Italian American. So, you jump on the train, and it fucking takes you pretty far. You get to about Chicago.
Chicago.
You get to Chicago.
He's down to Chicago.
So yeah, you get there. Say you like left pretty early in the morning, like before 10 probably. You'd have arrived in Chicago by about, I'd say, like sunset or early evening, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in Chicago, how much have you fucking like? Are you well traveled, or have you kind of hung around New York your whole life?
Hung around New York.
All right.
He doesn't really have the time or money for traveling.
Yeah, neither the money nor the time. That makes sense. I assume most of the traveling you've done has probably been for jobs similar to this, but Idaho is a bit of a stretch. Like, sure, you've had to go to other states, but they're like usually neighboring states. This is quite literally a cross-country job, which is odd, but with Tony Baloney's blessing. So you reach Chicago, you do a bit of train hopping. You do the classic trick of never actually leaving the platform, so you just hop on the next train without having to pay for it. Easy as this train takes you pretty far. You get from fucking. Let me know if there's anything you want to do in between.
Aside from refilling my water and stuff, I think I should be fine.
Yeah. And so with this next train, you have to sleep through the night, but you make it to Nebraska by kind of like the morning. And you stop in Nebraska for a little bit in the day so you can go and visit the guy. Fucking whatever I said his name was, I don't know if I did.
Frankenstein.
I call him Frankenstein. Alright, so, you arrive in Nebraska. It's cold, it's just barely coming out of winter, so, the sun, there's still snow everywhere, it's kind of, what's the word, hasn't fully melted yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, you start, asking around, and eventually you find it. His name's Jack, Tall Jack, they call him.
Yeah. Tall Jack.
because he's like fucking. He's like 6'5".
He's 6'5".
Yeah, he's big. So yeah, this guy, he's tall. You have to look up at him, but yeah. They call him Tall Jack. Yeah, you meet him at like a pub, and he buys you a drink.
Yeah,
Tony Baloney sent you,
yeah,
and you're in the market for a firearm.
yeah,
Let me take you back to the shop. And
yeah.
he takes you back. He actually owns a gun store, and it's interesting. It's very legit. You never in your life have you thought someone would have a cover or like a front to their illegal business that is quite literally just a legal equivalent of their business. He is a fully licensed gun salesman, but he also
see.
sells illegal unlicensed guns for money.
I see.
And so you're in there. It's kind of got like the big lockers in the back with all the guns on like the racks and everything. There's like these glass cases in front of you with like pistols and fucking magazines and shit. And he's like, what do you need? What are you looking at? What are you looking for?
Is there anything? Does he have like a price chart or anything? Like a thing's priced? Or do I have to like ask him how much they cost?
I'll tell you what. Since you're friends with Tony, I'll give you a deal. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what you want. I can't stretch it that thin, you know.
Ah.
But if you want something simple, a pistol, you know, I can do you a solid.
Do you got something simple like I don't know, shotgun?
A shotgun.
Like a sawed-off shotgun
Like a
or
sawed-off
something?
shotgun.
I hear those is cheap. I got like $100 max.
Like $100.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
You looking for a sawed-off?
I don't know, whatever's cheap. I'll do whatever's cheap.
Check this
You know?
out. And he like fully just whips out a sawed-off shotgun with kind of like a stub grip, you know, the one that it doesn't have like a full fucking, what's the word? Like it doesn't have a full stock. It's
Stock,
it's got
yeah.
a grip.
Yeah.
So you can one-hand it.
I know what you're talking about.
This motherfucker packs a punch. Do not fire both shells at once, or you will dislocate your like every joint in your arm. Okay?
Oh, scary.
Yeah, I can do that for about $100.
Okay. $100.
Comes preloaded. It's 2 shells in
Preload.
there.
Oh, ooh, preloaded 2 shells. You know what? You reckon you could sell a fucking personal deal for me? You could buy a fucking Sean Volkov. A little bit of ammunition.
Ammunition? You want ammo? I can do you some
Yeah.
ammo.
Yeah.
How much money have you got left, though?
I mean, I was thinking more of like a kind of Tufa one.
Tofa?
Tufa, a little Tufa.
Look, I can.
I buy the gun, I get some ammo. I could persuade him.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, persuade.
Persuade. Charms more
Alright.
for flirting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't want to.
Do a persuade check for me.
Alright. Nice. It's a 34 out of 50.
Alright, and he fucked up his check. He got a fucking 92, so.
Nice.
Here's the best I can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll get a box of 12 gauge rounds, 12 gauge slugs, and he will pull out about
Slugs.
12 gauge, I don't know what they're called, shells. Shells.
Yeah.
And he will he'll pull out the box. He'll open the box and pull out 10 shells and give them to you. So that's 12 total. You've got 12 shots.
Nice. All right.
12 gauge, 12 shots for a 12 gauge. Hey, bada bing.
Hey, that's 12 for 12. Ah, I see you. Ah. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. All right. So I got a 12 gauge sawn off. Is there anything special about it that I should know? Like it'll fucking kill me if I don't know, look at it.
Um, no, it's just a fairly standard shotgun. I just wouldn't recommend firing both shells at once, or I'd have to make you like make a check or be injured.
Right.
Because it's, you're firing a fucking shotgun in one hand. The kick
Yeah.
of both will like blow out your shoulder, or in this
Yeah.
case, completely. It'll tear your hand off its wrist.
Yeah.
Just clean. You fire it, and your hand is just gone, smoking.
Boom.
Bam.
Puff of smoke.
So, with a double barrel shotgun in hand, you head back to the train station, and I would like you to make a sleight of hand check to try and get that past the guards.
Yeah. Sleight of hand.
God damn.
That's a 31 out of 60. What?
I rolled a spot hidden check for the guard and got a 17.
Lol.
I'm gonna say the guard gets sus on ya. And he's like, sir?
Yeah?
Sir? I'm gonna need
Yeah?
you to stop. Can I check your bags, please?
You want to check my bag? Oh. Why do you want to check my bags?
Just...
Is it because I'm Russian?
I'm
Fast talk.
Okay.
24.
24. Oh. He starts
Is
second...
that kind of insensitive?
He starts second guessing himself. He's like, no,
What do you hate Russians or something?
no.
My parents were Russians.
Oh,
They took me here for a better life. You better not ruin that.
He gets really flustered and he's like, whatever, just get out of here. Get out!
I fucking make my way out. I make my getaway and do one of those little fucking hop heel click things.
Hell yeah, he's so flustered that he doesn't even stop you from jumping the fucking gate.
That's how it's done.
Hell yeah. Now, with this last train from Nebraska to Idaho, you cross the state border kind of early evening, and then you start heading north because it's really far up north where you're going.
Yeah.
And so it's getting pretty late by the time you're getting close to arriving. And it's very scenic that going through this state. There's like lots of forests and nature reserves. It's honestly shocking how little human activity you see. Like every now and then you'll kind of be riding perpendicular to a road or whatever, but like if you see a town, it would be like describable as like Hamlet sized.
Yeah.
Like one general store and like 16 houses total. It's like weirdly underpopulated and it's very sparse.
Right.
This is just this is just me describing what I have seen while looking at photos of Idaho. Being like, God damn, where's all the fucking towns and shit?
Where's they all?
At this point, the train is practically empty. Like, there's you sitting there with your fucking hummus and bread. And you got the gat in your bag. And there's like less than a dozen people like scattered across the various parts of the train. It's very quiet, and like at this point, like the kind of the dim lights have gotten on because it's like getting late enough for people to want to start sleeping, even though they're still on the train. So the lights have dimmed, so that's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you take a peek out the window as you're kind of going past all these fucking scenic kind of pine forests and stuff, and you can see the train's kind of chugging along down the tracks towards you can see kind of like hills and mountains in the distance, and it's forming this clear valley. And you're about to enter this valley. As you're approaching the valley, you can kind of see up in the like the tops of the hills are kind of covered by these thick, dark clouds, like you're about to enter an area that's very stormy. It looks like the weather's gonna be kind of shithouse
Yeah.
because of these big fucking thick, kind of almost even black clouds
Yeah.
hanging overhead. And you pass by this, like, it's only there for like a second, because of how fast the train's going. You see this sign that says "Welcome to Blackbrooke Valley," and by this point it's getting really late, and you're like super fucking tired, and so you kind of close your eyes for just a second, and by the time you open them, the train stopped, and you're at the station. The train is completely empty, and the doors are just like in the process of sliding open to allow you to exit onto the train platform.
Alright, I shall exit onto the train platform.
All right. The first thing you notice is that this train station is completely empty. There's no one in there, on the platform, at least. It's very quiet. All you can really hear is just kind of like the faint humming of the lights, which kind of like flicker every now and then. The whole place is like really dingy and dusty and fully like looked after. It doesn't look like it's been cleaned in a while.
Yeah.
And so you're standing on this long kind of platform that extends to the left and the right of you, and directly in front of you, there's a hallway leading to like presumably the front door and like the exit of the train station.
Yeah.
And on the right side of this hallway, there are two doors that are very clearly labeled men's and women's bathrooms. There are kind of stalls lining the walls. Not stalls. Benches for people to sit at when they're waiting for the trains. On the left side, they're right up in the very corner of the train platform. There's a door labeled like storage shed, or not shed, but like storage room.
Yeah.
There's this long hallway in front of you. There's some vending machines on it, like up against the walls that are, half of them look like they don't work, and the other half have got like a very dim kind of light coming from the inside to indicate that they are functional.
Brilliant. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
As I step out, I'm also gonna have a look around to see if I can see anything that I might interpret as further instructions for my mission. Where's my die? Would that be like spot hidden, I guess?
Yeah.
Alright. That's a 47 out of 50.
The train station itself looks very barren. It's like, as I said, like half of the lights don't work. There's cracks on the walls. It like very dirty floor. It's honestly, it looks like this train station hasn't been used in a while. But when you step off the train, the train doors kind of close behind you, and the train kind of hisses to life and takes off. And so now you are standing in the middle of the platform, again with like the hallway in front of you, with the stairs kind of heading up to the surface, because you're in the subway right now.
Right. So nothing, no more notes, no like, I don't know, mobsters standing around. No, you know.
None that you can see in here on the platform.
Right. No Sammy Spaghetti here to give me an update.
No, you might have to keep looking for him.
Alright, I'll head out. Guess I'll kind of just walk out the station and look as I go.
Alright.
Should I keep that roll, or should I roll a new one?
Keep the roll for now.
Alright.
You head up the stairs of the station, and about halfway up the stairs, there's a doorway to your left, labeled staff room. And then at the top of the stairs, it opens up into kind of this waiting room with a lot of chairs and stuff, more vending machines and a couple of bins. Up the very back of this kind of waiting room, there's what appears to be like a manager's office, and on the other side is like the reception desk where you can buy your tickets and everything. Again, all of it unoccupied, dirty, no signs of life.
Right.
Eerily quiet. There's just
Speaking of which, was there anyone in the train station?
in the train station? No.
That's strange. Is this like a town or like a, city? Like, is this a populated area?
Well, did you want to look around the train station, or were you just heading out immediately?
Well, I was gonna look around as I left, so I'd like make my way towards the exit while looking around.
Okay. Because like you've seen all these doorways and such, but other than that, you've seen the platform, the stairwell, and the kind of reception area. And then there's the front door, which, like, with all the windows, you can see out into the street. You can see you are in a town, what looks to be a populated area. You can see there's like kind of a bit of a car park in front of the place, and then there's the road, and then across the road there's some buildings, but from
But are there any signs of human life around?
not at the
Like
moment.
active? Okay, that's odd. I'll take out my piece of paper to see if there's any instructions on it that I missed.
The piece of paper says, I've got a job for you and it's out of town. Jump on a train to Idaho, and I'll give you more info when you get there.
I see. Well, I'm here. There's my info.
So are you like standing in the reception area looking out the window, or have you like headed out into the street, or
I'm kind of standing just outside the train station now, kind of looking at the, surrounding car park and stuff.
all right. So
So where the fuck am I gonna sleep?
standing on the pavement, you look around, and it's really late, so it's not unexpected for there to not be a lot of activity, but for it to be this quiet it's eerie. You can't, like, you're used to living in New York, obviously, so
The hustle and bustle.
a quiet night is probably something you haven't experienced in a very, very long time. So listening out, you can hear the wind, you can hear the flowing of water from a nearby river, but the usual sounds you'd expect to hear in a town, like, cars and the general city ambience, it's strangely missing.
Well, that's fucking creepy.
Something else you notice when looking around is, looking up, you do see the aforementioned, like, dark, swirling clouds that seems to just cover the entire valley. They're really thick. You can't see any like light from the moon or anything. It's very dark. You're relying solely on like kind of ambient light to see where you're going. You've got your little lamp with you, but other than like 10 feet around you, you wouldn't see a whole lot with that thing.
Yeah. Doesn't start raining, does it?
No, it's
That would suck. No rain.
there's these fucking big black swirling clouds in the sky, but no rain yet. Actually, standing outside, you would notice there's very, very light, what appears to be snowfall. Like, very light. Not a lot.
Okay. It's cold. Guess I'll chill on the train. In a monologue, by the way. He's not just saying this out loud like
Okay.
some video game character. I guess I'll chill in the train station for the night.
Alright.
It is evening, right?
Yes.
Nighttime?
It's
Yes,
it's
alright.
very late.
Yeah.
In
I'll
fact,
chill in here till morning.
you head back into the station, and you do notice that, like, you know how train stations have those little analog clocks that tell you what time it is?
Yeah.
You do see that it is actually it's 4 in the morning.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's 7 minutes past 4 to be exact.
Right.
And so you said you were just gonna find a spot to kind of like hunker down for the night.
Yeah.
All right.
For the morning, more like.
Yeah. All right. So you find like there are in this main area there are like a lot of individual seats, but you do recall that back downstairs by the on the platform itself there were benches that you could like fully lay on.
Yeah.
You head back downstairs to the platform and you put down your bag by the end of the bench, and you pull out your sleeping bag and you get cozy, have a little slice of bread with hummus before bed, maybe
Yeah.
maybe a little sip of water, and
Yeah.
you get cozy and you doze off.
Yeah.
After however long you sleep for, you wake up to a sudden sound.
A sudden one.
Yeah, kind of like a metal kind of clanging sound.
Interesting. Is it like a train coming kind of sound?
No, it kind of sounds like someone dropped like a metal pipe or like accidentally bumped into a big metal shelf or something. Just like something metal
Right.
clanging into the ground.
Yeah. Stock Gmod metal sound.
Yeah. And so you shoot up awake and look around, but you can't quite see a lot because, as I said, it's very dark. The station itself is lit by like the whole building total probably has like half a dozen fluoro lights, and half of them don't even work. So it's really dark down here. You sit up and look around, and you can't quite see anything, but the noise was loud enough to wake you, implying it was probably close.
I'll go looking for it.
All right. You get up and hop out of your bedroll, or your sleeping bag rather. You start looking around. You're at the platform right now. Where do you want to start looking? There's down here on the platform. There's the bathrooms and the storage.
I'll check the storage room.
All right. Heading over to the storage room, for a second you think the door might be locked, but you grab the handle and it just kind of swings open. The door's a bit like it's old and difficult to open, but it's not locked. So you do swing it open, and there's like a bucket with a mop and some old cleaning supplies, some caution wet floor signs, you know, the kind of the whole shebang. There are several glass tubes, like fluorescent lights up against the wall as well. Whether those are new ones to replace the ones that aren't working in the station, or if those are also broken, you can't quite tell.
Right. Well, it doesn't seem like there's anything here. The fuck was that noise? Yeah, where did it sound like it came from? It was just like too echoey.
It did echo around a lot, but that is partially because this is an open space. However, the thought of the sound potentially echoing from one of the train tunnels that you're sleeping in front of does unnerve you a little bit, but you don't know if it did come from there or not.
Right. Well, this storage closet has got a door, right?
Yeah.
Does it lock from the inside?
No, it wouldn't.
I see. Is there a chair? What kind of doorknob does it have?
Just kind of like one of those round ones.
Ah, okay. Hmm. Um.
There is a toolbox in there that's like it's It's swung open both sides, just kind of like...
Oh, toolbox.
Yeah, the toolbox
What's
is
in the toolbox?
open. There's like screwdrivers. There's like a bunch of loose kind of nuts and bolts. You know, a hammer, some nails.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll grab a screwdriver and a hammer, and I'll kind of just stow those away.
Yeah. There's also
I think I'll slip the hammer into my belt.
Okay. You've got some tools. You got what was it? A hammer and a screwdriver. With that, there's no further reason to be in this little cleaning closet.
I'll leave the cleaning closet.
All right. Back out on the platform, there's of course the bathrooms, or you can head upstairs and check the staff room. Or there's a break about halfway up the stairs where there's a door on one side, and then the stairs continue after the door, to like the very top where the kind of waiting area was. And
Right.
the building halfway down the room halfway down the stairs was labeled staff office.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into the staff office.
All right. So opening the door to the staff office, it was already partially open. It was just kind of like hanging open a bit, but you just kind of push it effortlessly.
Is it a metal door?
Yeah, it would be.
Alright. I wonder if the sun was this door.
You
I
open.
wonder if that was the sound. The door.
You open the door, and inside there's kind of like a big desk where, with some chairs around. This might have doubled as like a staff room and a break room.
Yeah.
There's like some filing cabinets and all that. Like a lot of paper.
Is there a fridge?
There is a fridge. There's like a little mini fridge, a microwave. Though the microwave looks really gross. Like there's just...
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch the micro. I'm gonna open the mini fridge.
The inside of the microwave you can see is just kind of painted in this black moldy fucking muck, like something exploded in there and never got cleaned up.
Oh, that's disgusting. I'm gonna check the mini fridge.
Mini fridge, similar situation. You open it and no light comes on. There doesn't seem to be like a cool gust of wind when you open it either. It's just a putrid smell with like these little Tupperware containers of just gross black muck.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's gross. I'll try the lights. The lights are out, right? So I'm just kind of navigating by a lantern.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, I'm gonna try the light switch.
Alright. You flip the switch and the staff room light does not come on.
Fucking hell, dude.
Upon closer inspection, you kind of like lift your lantern up and look at the roof. The light doesn't have any tubes in it.
No light bulbs?
Yeah, no bulbs.
Alright.
I said tubes because they're like the fluorescent light tubes, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And while you're busy looking up at the empty light, you hear kind of like a skittering around the room. Like a fucking, you know?
Fucking rats! Alright, I fucking ran out the room and slammed the door behind me.
Alright.
I got shoes on this time, you son of a bitch.
You slam...
Steel toe!
You slam the door and it's like this fucking loud echo kind of bounces around the entire railway station. And you can hear it. You can like hear the sound of the door slamming kind of bouncing off the walls further down the train tunnels.
Yeah.
Directly behind you, the door you just slammed. Directly in front of you, two vending machines up against the wall. About halfway down, it's like you're in the middle of a staircase where there's like this kind of platform that's about like 10 feet wide, and then the stairs continue both up and down either side of you. The stairs up are to the left, and the stairs down back to the platform and to the right.
Right. I'll take the stairs back down.
Okay. So down by the platform, there's obviously the cleaning closet that you raided for your brand new screwdriver and hammer. There is on the other side of the platform two doorways leading to some bathrooms, and then of course there is the train platform with the sudden drop to the tracks, and then two fucking just completely pitch black tunnels on either side.
Scary. If there's no other doors down here, are there?
Other than the two bathroom doors, no.
Okay. Bathroom. I'll check the bathrooms, not the females one though, because he's respectful like that.
All right. In the men's bathroom, you walk in, and there's all of these. There's a handful of stalls, like 4 toilet stalls. 2 of them are open, one's closed, another one has the door just completely off the hinges, and it's like leaning up against the wall.
Classic public toilets.
There's obviously also a urinal, which the urinal cake's seen better days. It's just kind of this like sad lump of malformed soap.
Oh, disgusting. I'm
Um,
gonna try the tap.
the tap.
Yeah.
You put your hand on the tap and you give it a crank, and it takes a bit of strength, but then it kind of like it gives and you start spinning it, and there's like the kind of the metal creaking sound of metal against metal, and there's nothing for a second, and then there's like a hiss and a clunk, and then water starts like it's like glugging out.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I get you. So, well, I'm not gonna fucking touch that shit.
The mirror above the sink is like very dirty. There's like graffiti on it. It looks like someone at some point punched it, because there's just like these long cracks kind of going in every direction that culminate somewhere in the middle, where it's like this massive broken glass with a bit of a little bit of blood in the middle, and pieces of the mirror have fallen to reveal the kind of the brickwork behind the mirror.
Oh, that sucks.
How fresh is the blood? Does it look? Is it like really old, or is it like still wet?
It looks old.
All right. Okay. Nobody fixed that yet, huh? Damn.
I thought New York subways had bad standards.
I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna head up the stairs and check out the
Alright.
vending machines.
Um,
See if the metal clunking was me getting myself a free drink.
Alright. So one of the 2 vending machines doesn't seem to be working. It's just like the lights are out. Very low stock as well. There's not a lot in there. Like 2 bags of chips and a fucking chocolate bar and a can of Coke or something.
Right.
The other one, however, it does have light. You can see the contents of it again. Not very well packed. But you reach into either one of them and kind of fish around. There doesn't seem to be any in either of them. You did not happen to get a free drink, unfortunately.
That's a shame. I'm gonna peek on. Can I peek under the machine? How narrow is the under machine?
Maybe like an inch or 2 in diameter. You could fit your hand down there, but not a lot else.
Are there any coins that have rolled under that I can reach?
Let's make a luck check.
Luck check. How do I do that? Is that just normal?
Yeah, you just kind of roll using your luck thing.
All right. 58 out of 50.
You kind of fish around in there for a little bit, and you can feel some dust bunnies and maybe some like loose wrappers. You pull your hand out, and it's kind of covered in like this thick black kind of sooty cobwebs and shit.
Yeah, fucking gross. Wipe it on my pants.
All right. Did you want to check onto the other one, or?
Yeah, I'll check under the other one.
All right.
Same roll?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Got an 11.
Nice. Okay. So under this one, you do actually find a handful of coins. Some loose change. You find like in assorted coins like $3 and 30 cents.
Nice. How much is what's in the machine?
In the machine, there are a few bags of chips, a chocolate bar, some bottles of water, a a few cans of soft drink, and then like that's like 5 out of the like 24 different things with things on them, but they're all just empty.
Oh. So I last refilled my water at Nebraska, right? How's my water looking?
Well, I don't know, unless you drink a lot, because you had like a 3 liter bottle of water as well as your flask. I'd say from Nebraska, the 3 liter bottle of water, probably maybe like a third full, and your flask
Alright.
is still full.
I'm pretty good on water. How about my bread and hummus?
Bread and hummus, it's been,
I'm assuming like 2 slices per meal, 6 slices a day, something like that.
yeah, 2 slices per meal. I'd say you're running out of hummus, but you've still got about half a loaf of bread left.
Alright, alright. Cool. I'll keep on keeping on. I'll add that. What was it? $3.20.
$3.30.
Oh, wealthy. I'll
Oh,
add
yeah.
that to my my stock.
So,
I'm now at $18.30. It's big money.
while you're fishing around for coins underneath this machine,
I get soaked by a prison man.
you do actually feel something brush against your finger, that feels, it feels like a rat. I'm not gonna lie, it feels like a rat.
It's like, I retract my hand with much haste and no shortage of yelping.
Alright. How about we try out the sanity checks? Huh?
Sounds good.
Roll a D100, and if
All
it
right.
is equal to or below your current sanity, it is a success. If it is above, it is a fail.
My sanity starts at 80, and I rolled a 12.
Alright. You manage to keep it together, you know? Like you've obviously, you don't like rats, and you've heard a lot of awful noises like skittering and the awful little fucking chittering noises they make. You've just accidentally touched one under a vending machine, but you did manage to grab the coins before you pulled your hand out, so it's not all bad.
That good old comfort.
Hell yeah.
All right. I guess I'm gonna make my way upstairs.
All right. Heading upstairs, you are now in the
Are
waiting
there any
area.
more doors on the way upstairs? Aside from the one I've already been through?
Not on the way upstairs, but upstairs, in the upstairs area itself. On one side of the room, it's like there's the big waiting area with all the chairs, and there's a couple bins and a few more vending machines. So up the very back of the of this room with all the like the chairs, and there's a couple bins. It's like the waiting area for tickets and stuff. Up the very back of this area, there is a door, and then on the other side of the room where the reception desk is, there's kind of like a waist-high bar door that you could open to get into the reception area.
All right, I'll do that.
All right.
There's a computer there, right? Or something? I don't know. Would they have a computer in a reception area in 1995? Probably.
Yeah, there's a computer there.
Yeah, it's a fucking 1995, not
Yeah,
1965.
there's
What
like
am I thinking?
these two big, bulky, fucking like old-timey computers. Like not
Yeah.
quite fucking like black screen with green letters terminal old, but like, you know, there's an
It's just like
operating
a
system.
Macintosh.
Yeah, like very old, like early kind of civilized computer tech.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna see where it's plugged in, see if it's turned on.
Following the cords to the wall, it is plugged in, but it doesn't seem to be turned on.
I see. I'll turn it on.
All right. You turn it on, and it starts like whirring really loudly, and there's like a visible cloud of dust that shoots out the back when the fan starts spinning.
This thing hasn't been used for a fucking while. Jesus. Did they go analog?
You turn on the screen, and it's like turning on a computer monitor in a pitch black room. You know, suddenly there's this white text on the screen, and you just get blasted by light all of a sudden.
Make that fucking Lemmy face.
Yeah,
He's waking up.
exactly. Yeah, you turn on the screen and are presented with a login screen
Right.
for the Blackbrooke station operator. That's what it says, and then there's a little password thing, but you don't know the password, so.
Alright, I'll look around if there's any fucking notes. This is like an employee thing. There's no way they get every employee to memorize the password.
True.
What should I do? Spot hidden or something?
Yeah, let's do a spot hidden.
Alright, spot hidden. Where's my character sheet? Nice. That's a flat 20 out of 50.
Okay. Looking around the room using
Getting good rolls.
There is a light in the reception area, so there's a little bit of light pouring into, like, behind the desk. There's obviously the computer screen, which you've just turned on, and with that in conjunction with your light, there is enough to have, like, it's dim, but you can see. So you start shuffling around through, like, the paperwork, and you open, like, the filing cabinets and shit, and you eventually find a little sheet of paper that, like, has the login details.
Right. I'll punch those in.
All right. You pop it open, and there's, like, the main kind of home screen with a couple programs on it, and
This Windows?
yeah, let's say Windows.
Alright. Windows 95. Is this an updated OS system, or are we using pre-Windows 95?
When did Windows 95 come out?
1995.
Shit, I'm stupid. I would say pre-95 then.
Pre-1995.
Yeah, you're using, like, Windows 2.
Lol.
The one that fucking Gabe Newell worked on.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, on the main screen, it's obviously not nearly civilized enough tech for you to, like, go onto the internet or anything, but, like, there's a lot of kind of documents and, like, Excel sheets on this on the home screen.
Oh, Windows 2 was 1987. Windows 3 was 1990.
Yeah, that makes sense. Windows 2.
Windows 2? Alright.
Yep.
Cool. Well, this is fucking old looking.
Yeah.
Does it have the date on it, or is it just the clock?
It does. The date seems to be a bit out of whack, because it says that it's, like, fucking 1983 or something. In like January. The date's buggered. Completely.
It's from before Windows 2 came out.
Yeah. It's completely
It's a time-traveling computer.
The date's completely wigging out, and it's the time. It says it is 4:57, which strikes you as odd because you could have sworn you slept for more than 50 minutes. But perhaps it's just that the time's wrong as well.
Can I check my phone?
Sure. Checking the phone, double checking with the little clock that's hanging above, like, the fucking stairwell down to the platform. They all say 4:57 a.m.
How's my battery looking?
Your battery, about half.
About half? Do I have a charger, or is this the kind of phone that you just throw away once it's out of battery?
It's probably... It is, it's in this picture, it's the fourth one.
Fourth one. Alright, cool.
The one with the little slide down panel.
Cool. Very fancy, very fancy.
Yeah.
Do I have any signal?
No.
No signal.
No signal.
Alright, I'm gonna put my phone away. I'm, like, fully wigged out right now. Like, properly wigged out. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude.
Alright. with that, do you want to
Um,
make another sanity check for me? Because you're
sure.
like trying to put things together in your head and you just really can't figure it out. This is a weird fucking town, dude.
Yeah. Lucky me, I got a 65 out of 80.
All right.
Nice.
You hold it
Um,
together.
I'm holding. He's a strong dude. He's got mental fortitude. All right. Was there a door behind the reception that went to like an employee lounge or something, or I don't know, office?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll open that. Check it out.
All right. Walking
It's not
through,
locked.
there's not even a door really. It's just kind of an open doorway.
Oh yeah. Easy.
However, everything's kind of tucked away out of view of the doorway, so when you walk in, it's all kind of heavily occupied on the far side of the room.
Right. Right.
For like privacy's sake.
Yeah.
This is also where the security camera footage is. So there's like several kind of.
Are the cameras working?
There's like 2 that are out of like the 6 monitors that are in front of you.
All right. I'm gonna. Where are they looking?
One is pointing, is outside pointing at the car park, which you'd be fooled in thinking it was a still image. There's no activity going on.
Right.
And the other one, you can actually see it's kind of located in the far corner of the reception area, and you can see like the backs of all the chairs, and then at the very far end of the room, the reception desk and the front door.
Right. Can I see myself?
Well, no, because you're through the doorway
Oh, right. I
behind the
forgot.
desk.
Lol. If I kind of stick my arm out the door while looking at the monitor, can I see it?
Yeah, it's like it's got like a 2-second delay, and it plays at about fucking 5 frames a second. But yeah, you can see yourself.
Goofy. All right. Interesting. So yeah, there's nothing on the security monitors.
Nothing alarming. Like you can see outside where it's like the empty parking lot and the kind of the dark street, and it's very difficult to see. It's a little bit foggy, so you can't see very far either.
I see. I see. In that case, uh, security room, right?
Yes.
Is there like a set of keys dangling around somewhere? Spot check.
Yeah, make a spot check.
All right, that's holy shit. That's a 2.
2.
Wait, 0 is 0, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 2.
To get a 100, you'd have to roll a 90 and then a 0 on the d10.
Right.
Alright, so there is, you see on the wall there is like kind of a key rack, like one of those big kind of cork boards with all the hooks hanging off of it. And the entire thing is completely empty except for it, like in one hook, there's just an entire keychain.
I
With
see.
like with like a sash that kind of goes around the neck, you know. It could be like the maintenance man keys or some shit.
All right, I'm gonna grab that just in case I encounter any locked doors.
All right.
Doesn't seem like they're fond of locking them though.
So the only other doors you haven't checked out are the ones on the very far end of the reception room, and also the women's bathroom. But I doubt you care enough to check the women's bathroom, so.
I might now.
Okay.
It was different 10 minutes ago. All right. There's no. Let me think. Are there any like booking entries in the reception?
Booking entries.
Yeah.
Looking through the kind of the log of arrivals and departures, almost as if on an automated system, there's actually a dusty printer in the corner of the room that's printed out this one whole piece of paper that says like that's like it has a list of like the recent arrivals and departures, and it's like this long list of nothing, and then like halfway down the page, it says like 4 a.m. arrival. Fucking
Right.
yeah.
So that was me?
Yep.
Does it have a date attached?
It does. It's the correct date. It's like the 3rd of April or something.
Wacky. Well, at least I haven't fucking traveled back in time, whatever the fuck is happening.
But other than that, looking through the arrivals and departures, there is nothing for years.
Oh,
And then
I see.
the most recent one you can find is from
Does it match the date on the computer?
no, it's from even earlier. It's from like 1990, it's from like 1979, and it's just a long list of departures. Nothing but departures.
Huh. See. I guess I'll head out and check the other rooms.
All right.
Did you say 1979?
I did.
Yes, alright.
Heading out of the reception, heading out from behind the reception desk and back into the main area. Across on the far end of the room, there's obviously the aforementioned door. Just that you can see it up at the very back of the room. On one corner of the room, there's like the door in the middle. In one corner, up against the wall, there's a bin. In the other corner, there's the security camera that you saw.
Alright, I'm gonna check the bin.
The bin.
Yeah, we could do a little dumpster diving.
All right.
This is just a bin full of black mold.
Well, peering into it with your little lamp, there's a lot of like crumpled up pieces of paper. There's wrappers. There's some crunched up cans. To really find out if there's anything worthwhile in there, you'd have to probably make a find hidden check.
Alright, I'll do a spot check.
Yeah, spot check.
Ooh, crispy 13. I've been getting good rolls, I gotta say.
All right,
I'm
13.
impressed with myself. Is it upsetting you that I'm doing so well?
No.
I'm unraveling your mystery at the seams.
I don't know, man. All you've really found out is that there were a lot of departures like 2 decades ago.
Exactly.
So in the bin, with a spot check like that.
Is it like a newspaper or anything?
Sure. Yeah, there's like an old crunched up newspaper.
Alright, is that all?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna grab the newspaper. I'm gonna fucking, kind of rustle, like they do with the cartoons. The person opens the newspaper and they kind of like,
All right.
grab them, they do the thing. And they're like, let's see now. What's on the front page?
The front page, again, dated around early 1979, is a it's old, it's faded, it's crumpled to shit. There's stains on it. There's like, it's been sitting in a bin for 2 decades. It's in very poor shape. Some of it's illegible, but you can tell from the big headline, it says local government issues valley-wide evacuation.
So we're in a valley.
Yeah, the sign that you saw on the way in on the train, it said "Welcome to Blackbrooke Valley," and now you are in what appears to be the town of Blackbrooke.
Right.
According to the terminals and shit that you found in the station.
Alright. What is it, Blackbrooke?
Yeah.
The town of Blackbrooke.
Yeah, with an E at the end, by the way.
Alright. Written down and recorded.
Alright.
Alright. Moving on.
If you want to make a check to try and decipher out some details on the piece of paper itself, like other than the headline, you can.
What check would that be? Would that just be like a language check or a
There's actually one called library check.
library check?
Yeah, it's like
That's library use.
I'll see if there's one that's more applicable, but this one kind of makes sense.
I'll just do whatever you reckon. I
Alright.
can't think of something. Library use?
Yeah, I'd say library use.
Alright.
It's faded and difficult to make out, so if you can't like quite decipher anything, it's no biggie.
It's pretty normal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, 41 out of 20.
Yeah. It's kind of too faded to make out. You can't see a lot of
Bro, me too.
details other than like just lines kind of reiterating the headline, which was local government issues valley-wide evacuation.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I've never heard anything about Blackbrooke before, have I?
Make a history check.
History check. Alright. That's a fucking... Oh shit, I threw that off. That's a solid fucking... If it's a 10 and a 0, does that make it a 20?
Yes.
Alright, that's a 20 out of fucking 5.
You living
I'm
in,
not much of a historian.
Yeah, living in New York your whole life, you honestly have never even heard of Blackbrooke, let alone know
Yeah.
anything about it.
I've barely even heard of Idaho.
Yeah. Like, Idaho, what the fuck is that?
Idaho.
I'm not the hoe, you the hoe.
That's better make the same joke.
Hell yeah.
Idaho, you know. Who you calling a hoe?
So that's all you found in the bin. Do you want to check the door?
Yeah, I'll check the door.
All right. The door itself is locked. However, using the keychain that you just
You know, I'm
found.
feeling a little antsy. I'm gonna ready my hammer on my belt.
All right. Using the
It's getting
keychain
to me.
on hand, you
Scared. I'm afraid.
you find the appropriate key that fits the lock, and you turn it, and there's like the crunch of metal against rust as you put the key in and turn it, and it's like it's a bit of a struggle. This lock very clearly isn't in good condition, but the key there's like a long kind of crunch and grind, and then there is a click.
Right.
So do you want to open the door slowly and cautiously, or just swing it open violently?
I'll open it. I'll open it and like back up with my hammer at the ready.
All right, so like you kind of like turn the handle and like give the door a push so it swings open as you step back.
Is it a pull or push door?
It's a push door.
All right. Yeah, I'll push it and like kind of back up quickly
Okay.
with my hammer at the ready.
Inside the room, through the doorway, you can see, very faintly lit by your lamp, what appears to be a desk and some like notice boards up on the back wall, some filing cabinets. You appear to be in some sort of office.
Mm-hmm.
Peering into some sort of office. You're not standing in it yet.
All right.
But there's nothing inherently dangerous waiting for you in the doorway.
All right. I'll resheath my hammer into my belt. So I guess I'll kind of look around the office, see if there's anything of note other than just like, you know, office work shit.
Entering
paperwork.
the office, you do hear more skittering around the room.
Do I see any rats?
None that you can see. It's like that fucking awful sound of something being in the walls, almost. Like you can hear it, but you cannot tell where it's coming from.
Right, I'll pull my hammer back out because I don't fuck around with rats.
Alright. So, the office itself, it's like covered in paperwork. There's like a ton of paperwork referring back to the evacuation. It's like all strewn about the desk, and it's like paperwork with like acceptance letters or declining letters from the local government, because I guess the manager or the operator of this train station was like asking for like more trains to go overtime so more people would be able to evacuate.
Right.
But there doesn't seem to be anything else on the desk. There's in the room, there's kind of like an old dead plant in a pot. There's There's like a water cooler. Again, the filing cabinets. There's like some shelves on the desk itself.
Mm-hmm. I'll rifle through the shelves on the desk. Does
Alright.
does the desk have like cabinets, drawers?
Yeah, it's got some drawers.
All right, I'll look through the shelves and then I'll look through the drawers.
Alright. You find a single walkie-talkie in there.
Is it? How's this battery looking?
It doesn't seem to have batteries.
No batteries
No
in
batteries.
it, or just out of charge?
No batteries in it.
All right. I guess I'll put it in my pocket.
Alright. Inside the, like the drawers on the shelf, you don't find a whole lot. There's like some, paper clips and pens and shit. A little notebook.
What's the notebook got in it?
Just some, like,
Anything worth reading?
not really. It's just kind of like the manager of this place used the notebook to, like, make little math, like, fucking solve little math problems in his head, like counting up money and stuff.
All right. What else? What are you saying?
There's a wallet in there.
The wallet.
Yeah.
I'll grab the wallet.
All right.
What's in the wallet?
In the wallet is a $10 note, some coins. There's like a $2 coin. There's handful of 20s to like make up to like $2. Oh, that's right. We're in America. No, there's like a handful of quarters.
Lighters.
Yeah, there's 5 quarters making up $1.25.
Nice.
That's what, $13.25.
Very bold. So I'm up to $32.55.
Hell yeah, man. There's like an old kind of train pass.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I don't know. It could come in useful, I guess.
yeah, it's like an official, it's like an employee discount kind of train pass. Except
Right.
I think, considering he's a manager, it's probably like free train tickets, you know?
Nice. I'll stow that.
Hell yeah.
Might come in useful.
So yeah, let's go like manager travel card.
Right. Nice, nice.
So with the office looted,
Oh, yeah, was that just the shelves, or was that the cabinets as well?
yeah, that's about all you can find in here. So with that, pretty much the whole building's looted, except the women's toilets.
I guess now I've been driven to this point, I must do what I must.
As you exit the manager's office and head back into the waiting room, you see the clock hanging above the stairwell. It says 4:01 a.m.
Does that mean I've gone back in time? Wasn't it like 4:55 before?
It was 4:57, and it's been a few minutes.
So it's gone back. It's gone back?
It's gone back to 4:01.
Interesting. I'll keep on going where I'm going.
All right.
I'm gonna check the men's bathroom because I never turned the tap off. Actually,
Okay.
first.
You pop back into the men's bathroom. It's just as gross and dingy as it was before. And you turn the tap off. It like kind of it like grinds to a halt. It makes like a really loud, uncomfortable kind of groaning sound.
Gross.
And then the water stops. You know how there's like those kind of sinks you find in public toilets where the water itself has kind of stained the bottom of the sink?
Yeah, it's like kind of yellowed.
Yeah, except in this case, the whole sink's yellow and the stain in the middle is brown.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I'll check the other bathroom.
Alright, heading into the women's bathroom. Same shit, except there's no urinal.
Same shit, different smell.
Yeah. Far more pleasant smell, like roses.
There's actually no toilets because women don't shit.
Yeah, that's right. There's just a makeup station. Yeah, there's no urinal, obviously. There's There's sinks and there's stalls. Because there's no urinal in here, there's room for 2 more stalls. So instead of the 4, like in the men's room, there's 6 in here. Two of the doors are closed, and 3 are open, and another one is like just barely dangling off the hinges.
Yeah.
One of the
So same old.
Pretty much. One of the if you wanted to like look into one of the stalls, it's like there's a gross smell coming from one of them, and in the bowl there's just like this unidentifiable muck. Just
I think I can identify it, and I don't want to look at it anymore.
all right.
I'll head out.
Yep.
I guess I've looked at all the door. I've looked in everywhere, right?
Pretty much.
What's left?
You've checked about all of it.
All right. I guess I'll head outside.
All right. Heading outside with an increasing amount of haste.
Has the timer on my phone also gone to 4:01?
Yes.
Or like, okay.
Heading back up the stairs, you can see the time. It's like 4:05. It's been a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And you leave the train station with increasing speed because you can hear more rats skittering about, and it seems like your presence is getting them all active, and it makes you uncomfortable.
Alright, should I do a sanity check on that? Or...
Yeah, let's go with that.
Alright. Lucky you, that's a 96.
Okay.
So how much does it drop by?
Well, because it's nothing serious, it's the lowest possible chance, which is a D2.
Okay.
So you lose 1 point of sanity.
Alright, nice. Lost my first point of sanity.
For the increasing sounds of rats, like that, like it went from like you see, like hearing one, to like hearing a couple every now and then, to like as you were
Sound like the fucking walls are made out of rats.
Yeah, as you were leaving, it was just like near constant skittering. They were getting really hyper at your presence. So, outside, you're now faced with this rather small car park, because you can actually see a sign out the front that says like traveler parking around the back.
Right. Are there any cars in the car park?
What you can assume to be the staff parking. There's no cars here.
Alright, I'm gonna check the travel parking, whatever it said.
Alright. So with the street stretching both east and west, you follow the kind of pathway that goes around the building to the east. You take a turn and start heading south. The road kind of has a bit of a hill built into it to go over the train station tunnel that runs underneath. It's not like a big hill, it's just kind of like a lump in the road.
Mm-hmm.
So passing over the tracks, you continue down the road south through this like dreary fucking near pitch black town with like it's just like you can hear the wind, you can hear the water of a nearby river, but you can't hear any cars, you can't hear any people, you can't even hear any animals.
See. There's no cars?
Continuing south, you walk around the side of the building, passing a small kind of overgrown park on the other side of the road, across the road from the train station. It's just like this little kind of area, this little plot of land that doesn't really have anything going on, but like the grass is overgrown and there's like a few kind of sad looking trees there. And then you head down to the very end of the road, and across the road there's another road that kind of continues from east to west in front of you, and then on the other side of that road to the south in front of you is this big car park.
Right. Cars in the car park?
There are...
How many people drove to the train station and just took a train?
There are like 5 cars in the car park.
Right. What kind of condition are they in? As in, like, obviously they're probably kind of rusted. But, like, are the windows broken?
How many cars did I say? 5?
5? Yeah.
5. Some of them, like, you can tell just by looking at them. It doesn't take a genius to know this. A lot of them have, like, completely flat tires. Like, they're just that old that the rubbers kind of began to fray and, like, crack and peel. There are several of them have cracked windows and windshields. Like,
Are they completely busted or just cracked?
fucking big dents in the bonnets and stuff, like broken headlights, rusted to shit, scratches and stuff. If you had to guess, if you could manage to like if any of them were usable, there's like one that might be.
Okay. Can I go and like cars unlocked? I assume not.
No, it's not.
All right. Can I bust the fucking window?
Sure.
All right. I'll bust one of the backseat windows and kind of reach around and open the front door.
All right. So it's one of these cars. You know, kind of a classic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gemini.
But you know, it's rusted. The paint's faded and like cracking. It's not glossy at all. Very matte color. You walk over to the back door and could I get a strength check from you to try and break the window?
And I would do a strength check.
Exact same as a skill check. Just
Any
with
old
your-
check?
Yeah.
All right.
It's with your strength modifier.
Lucky me, I got a 12.
Nice. Okay. And with that, you slam. Well, I'm assuming you're probably not using your elbow or anything. You've got a hammer.
No, I'm using my fucking hammer.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, you reel back and you slam the hammer straight, like the claw on the claw.
Let's be fair, I probably busted a fair few cars in my time.
Yeah. You use the claw on the back of the hammer and just like you hit it and like there's almost no resistance. Your hammer just goes straight through it and then there's just broken glass kind of trickling down onto your hand, but none of it's like sharp enough or anything to like cut you. But the window's broken.
Yeah. All right. Window's broken. I'll reach around and open the front door and see if there's anything like the glove box or anything like that on the seats in the little storage bin in the middle that's sometimes there.
All right.
Anything like that?
Do you want to make a find hidden check?
Spot hidden?
Yeah.
Alright. Flat 3, baby.
All right. That's some good checks.
Yeah. Don't worry, it'll all turn around once we get in combat.
You find a bottle of pills in the glove compartment, as well as there's like it's like very cluttered with like receipts and other stuff.
Yeah, what does it say on the pill bottle?
Quaaludes.
Alright, well, Quaaludes go off, so I imagine these aren't worth anything right now. Oh, actually, I wonder what happens if... You know what? I'm not even going to look it up, because that would be cheating. Can I do, like, a medicine check to see if I know what out-of-date Quaaludes do? I have a 1% chance to know.
Go for it.
Unless I, like, know someone that has done out-of-date Quaaludes.
Sure.
Alright, is that what... Medicine check?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Yeah, who guessed? 35. Can I do it? Yeah. I'm like, I don't know, Johnny, he did out-of-date Quaaludes who got superpowers.
Do you want to push the check?
The what?
You can push a check where you can basically make a second one and take the results of that. And if it's better, it's a better result. And if it's worse, it's a disastrous one.
I don't know how I could possibly push that. I could do a history check, but I only have 5% chance to do that now. I want to...
Actually, go for it. Do it if you want. You have no idea how Quaaludes function medically, but you can try to recall an instance of either taking them yourself witnessing someone else take them, witnessing the effects of
I'm
someone
talking out of
taking
date ones. These have been sitting in a car for 2 decades.
Oh, do you want to make a history check?
I mean, sure. I'll fucking 60.
60. You've got some friends that, like, have gotten...
That was out of 5, by the way.
Yeah, you've got some friends that have gotten really fucked up on Quaaludes. Like, it's... Quaaludes are obviously a medication that you have to receive via...
Professional.
Yeah, through, like, a prescription. It's, typically used to treat anxiety and insomnia. However, you know some people that have used it very recreationally. It was, quite a popular club drug, you know? Kind of like
If
in...
you say so.
Kind of like in a similar vein to,
You remember that scene in
ketamine.
Yeah, do you remember that scene in what's the movie? Wolf of Wall Street, where he's crawling in his Lamborghini and he's fucked up?
Yeah, that's Quaaludes.
That's Quaaludes.
It's fucked up. You get fucked up. So, like, if you're into, like, cheap highs, you found Quaaludes, and that's something that you know can get you fucked up. And, like, as far as you can tell, if they're out of date, that'll just make you get more fucked up.
Right? Does it have like a out of date thing on it? Sticker?
Not one that's legible.
Yeah, it's just been sitting in a fucking thing this whole time. It's not like it's been getting tossed around, exposed to the environment.
There doesn't seem to be an expiration date. It's just there's one of those stickers that like has like a dosage on it.
Right.
But
we don't read those.
Like as far as you're concerned, the dosage just tells you how much to have before you start hallucinating. So as far as you're concerned, it's like take 1 pill a day. You're like, I'll take fucking 2 because that'll get me fucked up.
Yeah. Alright, I guess I'll pocket them.
Yeah, alright. Pocket a fucking...
And then what kind of herbal I could trade with.
Yeah, like a fucking half-empty bottle of Quaaludes.
Half a bottle of Ludes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll check the... Was that in the glove box or the other thing?
That was in the glove box.
Alright. Is there the other thing? Does that exist?
Like the other compartment?
Yeah.
There's a bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
It's a bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
A small photo book, photo album.
What's in the photo album?
Just kind of, like, you know, this is probably photos taken around like the fucking like the 40s or the 50s. They're old. They're probably in black and white. I don't know when colored cameras came out, but like it's just kind of, you know, general family photos of this whoever owned this car. You can't tell if it's like if whoever owned this car was like one of the older people in the photos who was like an adult during the taking of these photos, or if it was one of the younger people, like one of the kids of the family who's now grown up and become an adult. You can't quite tell.
Right.
In the back of the car, there is, however, a kind of a duffel bag that's unzipped, and inside you can see some cleaning supplies and a pair of overalls.
So it's probably belonged to the janitor, I guess.
Perhaps.
So it's just cleaning supplies and overalls.
Yeah, there's some goggles and a dust mask as well.
Dust mask, that all probably breathing more dust than you're not. I don't know, is it dusty? Sitting in a boot? Probably hasn't been exposed to much dust.
It's not dusty. It's not very dusty, at least.
Alright. Should I take this with me? What kind of dust mask is it? Is it just like a normal kind of face mask looking thing, or is it like a full-on fucking respirator?
It's just a typical dust mask. But
Nah, I'll leave it.
alright.
Won't save me from nothing. I can't save myself from like covering my mouth with my shirt.
So that's just about all you find in the... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, no, I did mention that. There's There's a shoebox underneath the driver's seat as well.
It's in the shoebox.
And just kind of a fucking fresh pair of like business shoes, you know? Like
Shit, how are my shoes looking?
like slides. You've kind of got like dirty sneakers. These are like the kind of shoes that don't have
These are business shoes.
yeah, these are business shoes. They don't have like laces or anything. They're kind of like slip-ons or whatever they are.
They ain't made for running.
Not particularly.
Not particularly.
You've got runners.
Would they fit me? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, they'd fit you.
Alright, I'll keep them in mind if I don't know, lose my shoes.
All right. If you're looking in the boot of the car, there's also it looks like there's like a replacement hubcap.
Hubcap?
Yeah, hubcap. One of the caps that go over the tire.
No.
Um,
Well, I'm sure that'll come in useful someday. I'll check the other cars in the same way.
all right. You want to make just a general spot hidden check?
Alright. Spot hidden. Fuck. It's a 66 out of 50.
All right. In the back of one of the cars, there's like a big box of dusty vinyls.
Mm-hmm.
There's a paper bag in one of them that has like 4 bullets.
That's interesting. 4 bullets, that catches my eye. Can I do a bit of a thorough search around it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, 59. Go fuck yourself.
You don't seem to find a gun or anything, but you do find a smashed cell phone in the same car. And
Alright, I imagine it wouldn't be the same model as mine.
no, it's kind of like it's an older phone.
Yeah, it's from 1979.
Yeah.
It's probably not even a phone.
In one of the other cars, it's like it's a van. You manage to kind of wrench open the back doors, and there's like a wooden crate with Russian writing on it, actually.
Oh, what does it say?
It says caution biohazard.
I'm gonna caution biohazard that and not touch it.
Alright.
Does it have anything else written on it? Any identifying things?
Hazardous materials, I guess. The crate itself is open, and you can see kind of dangling out of the side of it is hazmat suits. They are potentially hazmat suits that have been worn in a hazardous environment and have now been sent off to be destroyed.
Alright, I'm gonna stay away from those.
Okay. In one of the cars, I'd like you to...
Oh, yeah, what type of bullets were there that I
Um,
found? Like what caliber? 9mm for like a pistol or
yeah,
something? Or
9,
like
9mm, they were pistol rounds.
Alright.
As you wrench open one of the car doors, I'd like you to make a dodge check for me, please.
Dodge check.
Yes.
My dodge could definitely be a bit. Drop. Ooh, this is actually possible. That's a 40.
A 40. And what's your dodge skill?
37.
37. Okay. So as you wrench open one of the car doors, you hear a strange hissing noise, and in a bit of a panic, you kind of fumble backwards and fall on your ass, but don't actually get out of the way quick enough. And you see, sitting on the seat of the car is a small canister with a string attached to it that seems to have been attached to the door, and this canister starts bellowing a mist at you, and you accidentally breathe some of it in, and
Joker gas.
it's some sort of gas that's really awful. It smells like bug spray.
Disgusting. I'm gonna back up as quickly as possible, covering my mouth and not breathing.
All right.
And my eyes. I'll close my eyes.
Okay. Could you make a Constitution check for me, please?
That I can. With confidence, no less. 35 out of 95.
Holy shit, 95? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't take any damage, but like you have a little bit of a hard time breathing for a while until you manage to like kind of clear your lungs of the like you kind of you get away from the car because it just keeps shooting smoke and like the whole kind of car is surrounded by this like cloud of bug spray. So
Yeah.
you back away from it and kind of lean over a separate car and like hack up your lungs and spit just to like kind of get it out. And you get the sleeve of your jacket and wipe your face because that's covered in the shit as well. But other than all that, you seem to have looted these cars pretty clean.
Was this guy was fucking booby trapped? Was this the one with the hazmat?
No, this was a separate car.
Alright, is it still spilling gas?
It does for a few minutes and then it stops. The cloud remains. You'd have to, I guess, find a way to clear it.
What's the wind like? You said the clouds, dark clouds, right? It's kind of stormy,
Yeah.
kind of snowing.
There's a bit of a breeze, so the cloud would dissipate faster than if there wasn't any breeze, but it's not like a gust of wind is going to take it away.
Right. But it'll dissipate with time. There is still air movement, right?
I could suggest you use that pair of coveralls that you found in the back of one of those cars as kind of like a thing to wave around as more surface area to get wind blowing.
You know what? I'll do that after I have some bread and hummus for lunch.
All right, bread and hummus.
For early breakfast, because I'm still hungry and somehow, what, 4:30?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
You eat, that's about 5 more minutes. So that's 5 minutes of the cloud dissipating. So by the time you're back, the cloud isn't at its full strength. So when you get the coveralls and kind of wave it about to get the cloud out of the way, it takes a little bit, but you do clear the cloud enough to be able to get in the car, which still stinks of bug spray, but not enough to make you start coughing uncontrollably.
Yeah.
So if you could make a check to look around the inside of this car.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna suggest maybe just a luck check because it's not a very difficult task to look around the car, but like just kind of like a check to decide what's in it.
Alright, I got a 76.
All right. There's a few videotapes on the passenger seat, and in the glove box you find a pocket Bible.
A pocket Bible. I'm gonna open and kind of skim through it, see if there's any, I don't know, notes or anything.
You open up the book and skim through it, and you stop on a random page, and it says, it's Proverbs 17:28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding.
Interesting. Is that the only one circled?
It's not circled, it's just one that you open up a random page and read it.
Oh, interesting.
It just seems to be a Bible.
Cool. In that case, I shall look at the videotapes. Are they like named, written on them, or anything?
They seem to have like official stickers, like they were movies that have been rented. Clockwork Orange, Deliverance, The Holy Mountain, and The Godfather.
Cool.
Yeah.
The Godfather. I know that guy. I don't know. I can't imagine this fucking what kind of fucking videotapes that they had back then. VHS. I feel like VHS was newer. Or am I just tripping? Tripping balls. I'll take them. I don't need these things.
And so with that, the car park has been looted.
Excellent. All right. Is there any like, I don't know, shops directly across from the train station or next to it or anything?
The train station seems to kind of be in the corner of town. In the car park that you're standing in, there's like a wall up against the south end of the car park, because on the very other side of the wall is a sudden drop into a small river kind of passing through the back of the town. And you can see across the other side of the river, there's kind of just like a big open plain with not a lot going on in it. And there's a lot of fog beyond that, but you can see that there's a few buildings off in the distance. There's not a whole lot going on the south end of town, because you seem to already, like, be in the south end.
Right. I guess I'll head north. Is there any bikes?
I will mention there's not a lot going on to the west as well. The west is where you came from. That's where the train tracks continue.
Alright.
And they continue to the east as well. You can actually see down the far end of the road past the park that I mentioned. There does appear to be like a much larger road. It seems to be a highway that kind of cuts through the middle of town.
Interesting.
And it does seem to be a bit more populated there. Populated, I mean like dense.
Like buildings?
Yeah,
or just
buildings.
Alright, I'll head towards those buildings.
Alright. So, exiting the car park and heading east, you pass that sad little park that I mentioned, and walk out into the middle of what is clearly a large highway. There are two lanes on each side of the road, divided by concrete barriers, and it does appear to be a large kind of highway that cuts through the middle of town, heading both north and south.
I see.
Heading north, you can see that the town kind of gets a bit more interesting. You can see just up ahead, barely through the fog, you can see like a flickering light of a diner.
Alright. The light's on. That's interesting. I'm gonna head towards the light in the diner.
Alright. You see the, like, faintly flickering and buzzing sign of the diner up ahead, and you take a step forward to continue north towards the diner, and then you hear a sound echo from behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And you pause, and could you make a listen check for me?
Listen check.
Like a hear, or whatever it's called.
No, it's good listen.
Cool.
Alright, I'm not very good at listening. Yeah, 56 out of 20.
You pause for a minute, and you stand there, and you listen, and you can't really make out what you're hearing. And so you continue to stand there, trying to figure out what you're hearing. And by the time you realize what you're hearing, it's quite close. It almost sounds like a galloping. Like this
Galloping?
Yeah, like this kind of loud noise of like...
Does it sound like a clop clop or like a flap flap?
Not a flap flap, but it sounds like something big running towards you.
Okay. I'm gonna look around and see if there's anywhere to hide.
There's the diner up ahead.
Alright, I guess I'll run to the diner and stealth, I guess. I don't know, is there like some bushes?
So you run over to the diner, and there aren't any bushes because you're kind of on like the main road going through the town.
Right.
There's no real bushes to hide in, but the diner itself does look like a good place to try to hold out or hide. Like you could run further into the building to hide in a room, or you could get in there and slam the door shut behind you and try to figure something
I'll do that.
out. Alright. Without bothering to check what's behind you, you just book it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll look behind me.
You can see a large shape in the fog in distance, and and you can hear it kind of like doosh doosh doosh, like getting closer.
Yeah.
Nothing about its demeanor screams friendly, you know?
Yeah.
So, with a quick glance over your shoulder to confirm that you are in fact being chased, you bolt towards the the diner, and I'd like you to make a dexterity check for me.
I can do dex checks. That is a 68 out of 75.
All right. So, thankfully, you've got a head start. You're about maybe 20, 30 feet closer to the diner than the creature, because the creature is about 20, 30 feet back. So you start sprinting. You take off towards the diner, and you can see it getting closer as you travel through the fog, and you can see the light up sign with the words like Blackbrooke Diner on it in like kind of cute cursive old-timey writing or whatever. But you don't really pay much attention to it. You just run to the diner, grab onto the handle, swing the door open, and yank it shut behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And just as you slam the door shut behind you, you can hear like a massive thud against the door.
I see. I'm gonna pull out my fucking shotgun.
All right.
And I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna do a stealth check.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Sure.
Alright. That was fucking close. I got a 61 out of 65.
Okay. You pull out your shotgun and you hide under one of the diner tables. And from that angle, you can kind of peek out the window into the foggy street. However, considering you've just turned your lamp off to be like as not visible as possible, you're kind of hiding in the shadows. You can't quite make out what it is, but you can see the silhouette of something kind of walk past the window, and like it kind of presses its face up against the window and scans the room.
Is this thing like very clearly a monster of some sort? Like by its silhouette and kind of actions. Like it's not just like a big dog or something.
You can't quite tell in the dark. You'd have to...
I mean, like how... I saw it briefly. How tall is it?
It was pretty big.
What about wide? You know, like how was it shaped? Was it shaped like a dog? Was it shaped like a fucking bear?
It was running on all fours, and it was quite tall, yet spindly.
Okay. I don't like that.
You clutch your shotgun tightly to your chest, looking up at this silhouette of this weird creature. You can see its face pressed up against the window. You can't quite make out the details, but you can see the approximate shape of its head, and then what appear to be its large shoulders and elbows kind of jutting up behind it. Like it's got its shoulders up above its head.
Mm-hmm.
Or its elbows, I mean. And I'd like you to make a sanity check for me, please.
Alright.
Looking in the face.
That's a 64.
Albeit. And what's your sanity?
79.
Alright. I'm gonna say you lose 1 point of sanity regardless, as this is a lot more intense than just seeing a rat, for example. This is something unlike you've ever seen before.
Maybe to you.
As it's peering through the window, you see it reach up with one of its four appendages, and like it places it against the window and just kind of slowly drags it down, making this awful loud scraping sound before it gives up and kind of leaves.
Right.
At least as far as you can tell, it's out of sight, but definitely not out of mind.
Right.
How long do you want to be hiding under that diner table before you get up?
Until I think it's fucking gone.
Alright. I think that might be a good spot to end the session 1, or at least pause for the minute.
That's fair. It is late.
Yeah.
Cool. That was fun.
Hell yeah.